name is Noah Pacheco. The person I want to talk to today was at one time a very rich man, had everything in his fingertip, all the luxuries of life, money, women, education, gold, all these things he gave up to become a leader to his people, gave everything up in life for his people. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Moses from the Bible. You know, we all find ourselves at a crossroads at one point in our life where we either have to step up to be a leader or we fail. We have to remember that effective leaders are effective followers, or great leaders are first great followers. When Moses was young, it was a very violent time that he grew up in. The Pharaoh had sent out an order to kill all the male children. Only his mother saved him by pushing him down the river. Pharaoh's daughter saved him, or took him out of the water, and then took his mother to raise him. So he was raised under his mother, but he was raised under the house of Pharaoh. With that came all the luxuries of being of the family of Pharaoh. And he did this for 40 years to where he was now hanging around his own people, and he found himself in a situation where an Egyptian was beating on a Hebrew man, and he killed the Egyptian. So now he is on the run. He's a fugitive, and he's gone for 40 years until, of course, God called him to become a leader. Now, at first, of course, he had his reservations. He said he was slow of speech and of a slow tongue, meaning, you know, he wasn't raised speaking Hebrew. He was raised with the education of the Pharaoh. But the Most High said, you have no worries. You have all the characters that I need in you, and I will be there to help. Because as for Moses, he was responsible. He had all the correct characteristics of a leader. He was responsible. He was humble. He was able to communicate. He was courageous. He had tenacity. He was patient. And he had a real love for his people. So now Moses was sent to talk. You have to put yourself in his shoes. He was sent to talk to the most powerful man ruling the most powerful kingdom at that time, to take out the people that built the cities for the Egyptians. You understand? In servitude. So Moses had to have the courage to go face the man that he was on the run from, or the family that he was on the run from, and tell him, I need my people to go into the wilderness for me so we can sacrifice for our God. That takes courage. That takes tenacity. That takes special characteristics. That's what leaders do. So when we read on, you know, all these plagues came upon the Pharaoh, and he was finally able to let the people go. Now, when we keep on reading in the book, we see Moses now lead the people, reteach them their history, reteach them their heritage and their culture. And he became one of the greatest leaders that we had in the scriptures. So when we want to become leaders, we want to look for these type of examples when we lead. Now remember, becoming a leader means everybody might not like you. As when we see when Moses dealt with the Israelites in the scriptures. They were constantly murmuring against him, talking about him. Not everybody was pleased. So there's a saying in the world that says, if you want to please everyone, if you want everyone to like you, become an ice cream salesman. When you're a leader, you're not going to please everybody. But you are going to deal righteously, and you are going to be favorable. That's why I picked Moses as a tribute to my speech, because he's an example of a leader. And I hope that me coming up in this world and leading, you know, for example, my family or my brothers and sisters out here, that I can be even a little bit of a leader that Moses was. Thank you.